So basically when I'm going to standard form, my goal is to be multiplying stuff out. When I want to go from standard to factored form, what do you think we need to do? We need to factor. And I want to remind you of a couple things. Always look for a GCF first. And be careful when we have a negative x squared. I'll show you what to do on the next slide. But we need to be careful of that. And then don't forget about your shortcut. Your shortcut you can do when there's a 1 in front of your x squared. And when there's a 1 in front of your x squared, that's where you can just be doing the x. I just suggest getting used to when you can do the shortcut, when you can't, because a lot of problems you can do the shortcut and it'll make your life easier. But obviously we want to be careful and not do it when it doesn't work. Okay, so if I look at my first problem, I don't have a GCF, and I have a 1 in front of my x squared, which means I can do my shortcut. So for your shortcut, you're going to do 1 times 20, that's what goes at the top, and b still goes at the bottom. So what two numbers multiply to 20 and add to 12? Hopefully I give you like nice ones on these so that we're focused more on just the overall going to the form. So y equals x plus 10 times x plus 2. Remember, in our shortcut, you're just bringing your side numbers down. When I look at the next one, what do you notice? They're all divisible by 2. I try to give you really obvious GCFs, by the way, when it's something like this. So I'm going to take out a GCF of 2, which is going to leave me with x squared plus 2x minus 8. And now what I do, once again, you're probably going to forget once you've done more of the problem. Bring down that 2. And now I'm going to focus on the inside and do my x there. So what two numbers, look, I can do just the x because it's a 1, multiply to negative 8 and add to 2. Well, that's just going to be 4 and negative 2. So we're going to bring that down and put our binomials. X plus 4, x minus 2. What for a loop for on this one? Look what I have in front. I have a negative 1 in front. Anytime we're trying to factor and I have a negative in front, you want to take out that negative, almost like it was a GCF. I just pinky promise this is what you want to do. X squared minus 2x minus 48. 99% of the time when someone is doing a problem on a test and they can't get it to work and they bring it up and they go, Miss Vance, this problem doesn't work when I do the x. It's because you didn't take out your negative 1 because it messes up my signs. Okay, done with my lecture. Negative 1. Now I look inside my parentheses. I have that 1 still, so I can do the shortcut. 1 times negative 48, it's obviously negative 48. I like 46, so it looks like a 46. Woo! Negative 2, that's going to be negative 8 times 6. So x minus 8, x plus 6. Done. Now, these two aren't on your page, and I know it's probably really squished, I'm sorry. But I wanted to add these because we get so used to doing the x that we kind of forget about some other ways of factoring. So look at this first one I wrote. What do you notice about both of them? Well, they're both divisible by 4. They both also have an x. So this is just a GCF problem. I get 4x times x minus 4. So don't forget about Mr. GCF. And then also don't forget about this one. It's just a little difference of squares. Difference of squares is going to become your best friend. So don't forget about difference of squares. Promise. It ends up being really important.